TV, voice of the voices.
Me baba can't send me more video. Then if you have the video, some 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, me can't be bitching. I'm saying, "Dear no, could you try any true mirror of justice?" Any America for a year. Yet you say not Donald Trump. I can't say we a USA the free Africa for. Anna, I used one chiasi. Mami omoko, so they will hear from us. Yes, hey, Chadia Woyano. When South African president and Swako South Africa. Okoye Donald Trump and Jojo. Yatiana, your mama should not knock to Donald Trump at the end of the Yansa Biania. Hey, Munya de Muyano, Namuko diplomatic passport. It's Yamuyan and Kamo. Hey, Kwasimanu, Yamansa, one of Becano.
Precisely.
Yakaumenti. Okudzeto ablakwa. Yatia was your Makoklosi Washington hey, diplomatic circles, we don't behave like that. When you behave like that, that means you are being hostile towards the host nation. Maybe can you? Na manfuri chama da pa. Muntie de mekana anon. Why? Muntie kakrana na kasamabre. Muntie. Travel ban. Say now the United States are banning countries. Be say more mumuraho. And they say almost say review 36 countries. 36 countries and Ghana to 16. Trump administration considers adding 36 countries, including Ghana, to its travel ban. Oh yeah, and she say wow, America akono. Say Trump with the Ghana for can we bin ko. Munu ya no more so ba Ghana ontimi ko bio. Donald Trump ade a wo peso ye no no. And you busa say na den wo peso ye sa. Dani you to America ya opa gonya bin ko. America so the heaven on earth. Hey, won't be a moving Kikangwa Sasemon. American co, one more uncle. Yo, Danny bra back. When I'm Kokaye, Saban Beba. Covid, your woman say, your friend be a young non-immigrant visa. It be a B1, B2. B1, B2 near the all call for tourism, the all call for business, any idea. Who we answer you okay, train K2 ne one. Na students, Tieni Ho, I hadn't had granny. 10 years. B1, B2 no. Maybe J media somewhere 2020.
Exactly.
First one. And only a amount of 5 years. Multiple entry. Nemo moye entry bianwa. Obedi 6 months. Nwa banwa sa ya another multiple entry. And yes, so in diplomatic circles, we have something called reciprocity.
Exactly.
So reciprocity is said you will behave towards us and said you behave towards you. And Ghana for America forward you say, oh ya ni adieno, oh free, oh ya American awoba, ya ma 5 years multiple entry. And America for suma ya 5 years multiple entry. Ya so ko ya try in true mirror of justice. Ako churokrata say free na de kono. America for a year in Yadia, or mobile, almost 3 months, single entry. TNO, America for bar, or almost 3 months, single entry. Single entry is a Saudi visa Nina Kokrumo. Now Pio Krumwa, won't me fan Kubu. Nemum de Ukramenwa, man, say Yamincha, the Nano Yana Sakoji 5 years. So, South 5 years, wait to me the acquire Copusa 5 years in a person. Multiple entry. And the America for say, and I'm Okudzeto Ablakwa. And the president behavior, and the vice president in team. All non-immigrant visas. All non-immigrant visas. B1, B2, K3, Deben, they say Yabama Teremam Sepe. Nemo may a single entry. First in about 5 years, multiple entry, and Okudzeto Ablakwa behavior. Near to one American senator be, Echo Churo be between the social media, and Okudzeto the foreign affairs in social media chance wording with them. Me who yanka the number 1 diplomatic agent of this nation. How you Okudzeto Ablakwa? Aki yanka sabasa. Okudzeto Ablakwa say American Senate be akwa ko bibi no akwa choro brofo na we are sovereign nation na sovereign day na dem you can dictate to us sovereign nation so you are true about ogeism mo dia want me and declare our stance o sovereign o yenda bay Okudzeto so you sovereign nation da bay brofo ko choro ni o Name in diplomatic circles. So we are foreign affairs minister. You are not on the same rank with any senator of a nation. Because the number one diplomatic agent is the president, followed by you. And in diplomatic circles, you say grow at Japan. It will be a president or deal with the president of another nation, or be a vice president or deal with the vice president of another nation. Whereas if you're a foreign affairs minister, by diplomatic immunities and diplomatic circles, you only deal with the foreign affairs minister of the nation. And so could you trouble or to social media can be responding. What kind of diplomacy is this? What kind of wacky diplomacy is this? And then the hard grain said, you will J1 and F1 visas and M1 visas, and will be a walk suyadi and ye demano and cantitano, and apart from some way win. Nanka uko suyadi, say 1 year or 2 years old, Yamau a year, 1 year no, near ma multiple entry, and Okudzeto se muna wako dinti. America force wo kwa kusuadio unko suadio J1 visa F1 visa you be ma 3 months single entry. It is a wo start school from August our university Temple University our Harvard our Hefa nase from August September 1 month October 2 months November 3 months. Meanwhile school ebe wie as a December. But per a year Okudzeto 20, and then you are supposed to go up to November, come back and come and reapply. You are not even sure the date I had the amount. Okudzeto black hole. Catch your mama, one of the people will be good no. And Okudzeto black 20 student American University in 3 months as of back. Now sabe reapply. Na menoka say kwani even so benya even date. Ubenya date kwa kufi eyasemu. Enipa nya date. Suku bebie wa America as of August. But the no cost okupe date. Sometimes unya a year October, unya no December ni ane. And no problem in yan so binwi. And no Okudzeto behavior nti. Menoka say America force we student when you student. Ombema a year 3 months with single entry. And because of reciprocity, said you behave towards us, and you behave towards you. It's more America, want to mark him. And the Makaha, more pescu aqua, Govi, Animum Rancher Mabawe pescu aqua. How could you try block your chance? Catch them, Sadiano Okudzeto. We don't do it in diplomatic circles. Kasaba Saba. Be able to say why campaign. Say now we are a sovereign nation. Sovereign nation. On paper you are a sovereign nation, but in reality you are not. Sovereign nation, by no sovereign nation there by the way. Sovereign. Meroman. Buga. Facebook. Etina open school aqua. Obenya 3 months. Single entry. Obi. Yeah. It's a serious issue. Business first 5 years and then because of this behavior when you say business here baby reapply visa fees. First, 5 years, would you visa fee 1 for 5 years, and then because of that, 3 months, BS or could you visa fee? And visa fee now go to your media 2,300 Ghana cedi. Yes, it's every 3 months, BS or could you visa fee? And watching an emergency meeting. You need to have a meeting with the ambassador of US because how they will be blocking the chances of ranching Mabo move school. And Okophobia file when your school did that. Don't do that. Exactly. Don't do that. What you are doing, you owe your mom before. Because in Crawford filing your school, you are denying them access with your behavior. Exactly. So not fire. I never know. I never knew man amoyan tantantansa. I'm a woman. Dek. I'm a woman can be no fire. As a social media about telling Soko, and we've partnered with this. There be our partner with this partner. And so what you Makura was warrior. And we've partnered. Create 2,000 jobs. You're creating jobs in social media and showing you reality. Jebano.
Be uniform. Adwuma bi uniform.
Jebano no Kofi Jebano. OKudzeto nyama we na mo so amamo kankan we so. Nyama basa.
Reckless people.
More fire. I bend them all.
Etimu amopa America ko. Baby adu why?
Fire.
No, I'm telling you. And it's a serious issue because of students. Because of students. Imagine when you're university, na oko, near so kwa 3 months single entry. Etunya kodru one time our fefo osua de no. Self free or mine mu bra. Never reapply. As to date, you have say nya kura for a appointment require asem. What kind of nonsense is this? OKudzeto dia ba no.
Reckless.
Country I won't see. Uniform.
What you am catch us near wo ye ne be ma dia samaba. That's why you're hostile big towards America because and now ye Kwame Nkrumah nation. Ejani akote Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah ne can say the foreign policy was we neither face west nor east. We face forward. It's why Kwame Nkrumah nation. So we are becoming hostile towards Americans. Because mo dwe samu ye so beautiful and ye keda for and ye comrade for. Semfunu. Ajabano no.
Fire enough.
I don't can kind of moyen sana. I will be entering Casa. I don't know. I was just I don't can come on moyen sana. But my students and watch it almost. I don't know. Deck.
Fire.
A school for no bachelor home, and that's where my worries. I don't know.
Business force.
Already Nankas coffee, even so many appointment date. I quite watch me. School be August. And no back American, there's a backlog. Appointment in October, in November, in December. And by this time you should have engaged the American embassy, the ambassador, and tell them, say, what do you mean? Some friend of Woody. What's happening? I'm so waiting in a wood in social media.
Fire no.
And I'm not a senator. Like a foreign affairs minister. You are not on the same level with a senator.
More fire.
I never knew my phone where I
Fire no.
Me who ye ka foreign affairs minister of America and a can be no akako yina no. Secretary of State, US Secretary of State, and I can be no akako yina. If say you are on the same pedestal with the US Secretary of State. I never knew diplomacy can kind of way in the diplomacy can kind better. I was just a you can saw your foreign affairs minister. It's not a good deal. That's not a joke. Now what is social media and I would do foreign affairs in social media. No, I could no make you calls. And I'm a call from hello, is that you? What do you want to know? What do you want to know? I never know.
More fire.
You're right, Mama. I call you. I'm telling you. If there's no person who knows someone, this is the guy who is dealing with foreign countries. And on the international plane, you know you can never do away with America. You know. No matter how you guys want to tilt towards the Soviet and China, you can never ever do away with America.
More fire.
Never near my kind. I don't know. OKudzeto dey near my can come better. Me and me you for some so. Come on, get serious. It's a school for the better school.
What your school fees?
Your school fees, you know. Cast many abra make any idea someone.
What ya?
Eh?
What ya? Scarlet quarter.
Maybe you have $36,000 US, and in a China, for 1 year, now what would this or in a meeting with the American ambassador? Let us revert this thing.
Precisely.
More fire.
Told him.
More fire.
Unifro na fasa our brand to be so I say we Igbo king on said the and if I never to so and I drew her now I come from market because I want him to hear what we are saying. We are a nation of laws. And we are very courageous people. We are not people that can be walked over anyhow anytime. You don't come to our nation and begin to behave the way you want and expect that we will succumb to this nonsense. What is the position of the law? We've lived with our brothers from Nigeria, time immemorial, more than 100 years. How's that for Nikrumwa? Now I want to build my easy one, and to think that he even calls himself a doctor. Let us find out. School Ben will call your friend or doctor. JTech for write to him and ask him. Which school did he attend that he calls himself a doctor?
Fire no.
We've been free, we've been living peacefully with our brothers from Nigeria. All of a sudden, you are becoming impulsive. You are imposing yourself on the people. And the people naturally will rebel. What kind of nonsense is this? Now, young go back in year Shadia. 1970. 69 year Tuaba. And you had the Buzia Ebai. Buzia by ne Kufuado Papa. Jenio. A Kufuado Papa na ne ye a executive secretary. A president. And a Buzia prime minister. No one will buy and was say Ghana no Nigeria for na Jiafa. Sasa time Nkrumah and was any one Africa ne dia banye. Eti any your body ye be na sana Nigeria for them. Me no ka say Accra New Town. Wa manyine kakra. Near from Lagos Town. Meboa. Mo tra nkan nya sana near from. If say na Lagos of Nigeria for nyina Jiafa. Emre bia atwam wo fi uduru kan hye ne ho awanya dia o ma no mo businesses wo ho mo ye anwuma pa no yi kwofo kakra bi ne aka nyina Nigeria fo ana ye ne ade na busia by no se dia bi the economy na kwa kodi Nigeria for ne so for which reason there must be some policies that seeks to protect the Ghanaian people. And what was aliens compliance order. Yeah, near twisted history. Now, as the word says, aliens compliance order. Now, it wasn't an expulsion order. Say, it's a biomun shorting kwan, someone shorting. Who ye over TSO, ye pamo Nigeria for somonko. Ya nika pamo Nigeria for. Busi abayne say. Mo ye near dia mo ba bet jiwa mine. Accra New Town, mo friend Lagos Town. Businesses in Yinamaji. Then we need to regulate you people. And for that matter, aliens compliance order. Say the immigration laws of our nation. We want all aliens. Comply with the regulations of our nation. The immigration laws of our nation. So that was the motive of the aliens compliance. It is about now my Nimudia. And the Amrane war my we are Nigerian new. We are Lebanese new. It wasn't even just Nigerians. Lebanese people had taken over, taken our market. The economy had gone into the hands of the Lebanese and the Nigerians. So Busia sought to protect the interest of the Ghanaian people. Thereby introducing aliens compliance order by saying that if you will do business, there are certain businesses that has been allocated and protected for the Ghanaian citizens. For which reason, if you are a non-citizen, you cannot venture into those businesses. What was the motive? Protecting the Ghanaian.
Exactly. So
the whole motive of the aliens compliance order was to protect the Ghanaian citizens. Why you near the Busia was okay, say me mamubre a certain duration of time. For which some na you follow compliance. Compare open citizenship koko pebi. Say open agree you want wine stay no koko pebi. Sometimes Nigeria for no adwo mine na fa. No mo bi say busi edi akọ. Ebra ye de ma wo mo say wo mo nya ne ade no mo antimi anye. No say this mo follow dia all of you vamus.
Precisely.
No pamo wo mo. It's aliens compliance order. It wasn't an expulsion order. It wasn't that was sorry and was munyina mo sorry kumkum. One more time was a monfanye bibi ni ade. Na mon kona immigration for and document mo. Afa ye didi mu omo so omo nya ne na busia epamu wo mo say ne monko. Na Ghana for hunto. Since then, yanena muaba ye mutala time. A Nigeria president ye obetwa mu. 1982. That time oil boom ya ba ma Nigeria no aye bibia ho ne yi. Ana Ghana phone nyina kwa gegi. If say na Nigeria phone ni akohwe oyo no so your friend Dutch disease no. Wo mudi wo economy ni be bibre no. Na omumpe teaching any artisanal ni ho awani nya no omumpe. Etu wo ye ni ade deck. Ana ko wie say Ghana phone teacher for Ghana phone mason for Ghana phone artisans ni nyina edwane ko Nigeria. Na Ghana phone teacher for no abere. Eti wo mo kodia na Nigeria phone ntimi compete with them. It's by 1982 no. Na Ghana for no jig Nigeria for ni nyuma na afa. ya near the high life by no mission. Never be brilliant near the corner mission. Hip life is start free. As on to start free, and you know mission. But we behave like brothers. Nigeria and Ghana. Almost we are almost a mobeji and Yumadia. And Ghana must go. Late in 1982. No more Pamo Ghana for Yinaha. And don't continue go Yeshua. Nearby. Since then, we've all come to an agreement that we will live peacefully in this country. And we woke up one day. A certain individual called Igbo Deben Ken. Dr. Izzy Deben. All of a sudden says that I have come to Ghana. I have been made a king of Igbos. And for that reason, I am building my kingdom. What nonsense kingdom is that? Kingdom where? First of all, we are going to look at even assassin also they build the kingdom. Let us look at the position of the law when it comes to the constitution. Does the constitution allow non-citizens to be able to acquire land? Claiming I have bought lands. You have not bought any land. Even the concept of buying land. There is no way a non-citizen of our nation can buy land. It will be leased to you. And then if I make a constitution in Article 266 near Guardian, what nonsense is that? Then you are imposing yourself on the people. If you want to lead your people as settler community, there is nothing wrong with it. I was Yakaso be your hinia. Ya what the constitution it children were your hine. You will be Article 277. Niako, who is a chief in this country? Nemo Miyansha Article 2661. Or see no interest in land. Dani Izumi, now so Kramaman for Nekami. Washibiana. Dani Izumi no Mukami. We are Nigerian, we are Lebanese. Constitution in the say, my create any interest in land and more freehold interest. Freehold in the say, now forever and ever. What's it so Constitution Article 2661 was no interest in land in or right over any land in Ghana shall be created which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana a freehold interest in the alien land Ghana. Exactly. So by building a kingdom. Then we are assassin. Me and farmer in perpetuity to any non-citizen of our nation. Which nonsense? It kingdom no building or day. Now that if I go to near reading ready, if I go to near reading ready, clause 2 say, or say an agreement, deed or conveyance, or whatever nature, which seeks. Contrary to clause 1 of this article, to confer on a person who is not a citizen of any Ghana, any freehold interest or rights over any land is void. It is a freehold, a conveyance, be a deed of conveyance. The deed of conveyance, I now to assassinate. Nasa sakratano. E ma okwan say oh ye dia ma afeboa. Constitution clause 2 say a void. Precisely. Ye twam. And even time I yebe 1992 constitution by 1969 any non-citizen of Ghana be no freehold interest. There was several land titles there were Lodia title, there were usufruct interest, there were common law freehold, there were debe freehold. Nina no yes we non-citizen a won kura bi. After the Nyanko Article 2663 na yen reading here. Et kingdom no building what yes one. Now, where on the 22nd day of August 1969, any person not being a citizen of Ghana had a freehold interest or right over any land in Ghana, that interest or right shall be deemed to be a leasehold interest for a period of 50 years at a peppercorn rent commencing. Peppercorn rent, not even a freehold lease. More fire. Commencing from the 22nd day of August 1969, and the freehold reversionary interest in any such land shall vest in the president on behalf of and in trust for the people of Ghana. I was your very big reversionary interest. See the assassin will be na se nipa ni ye mano eye saa de ye kan ya. Se nipa ni ho a it must reverse to the rightful owner. And he says will be a non-citizen bia or freehold interest in land. By the coming into force of the 1969 constitution, Sansa Sini are converting into another interest. That is a rent. tienio nemo se nipa ni wu a enko ne makura ho it will come back to the president. So the reversion in the land will come back to the president. We are lawyer for the betias now so the me chirem ne say we are Nigeria new we are Zimbabwe new we are Lebanese new embra ne say see the asase mawa we will give it to you for only 50 years even that minus a day so you can hold it for 49 years plus 364 1/4 days minus a day we are fast as anybody so we better as my task as be building kingdom no building for 50 years are you normal
More fire.
now young Konian shed and for the next clause to so na man for ready also no interest or right over any land in Ghana shall be created which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana a leasehold for a term more than 50 years at any one time. It is as if you are a Toma non-citizen for more than 50 years.
Exactly.
It was what building the condo also to assassin way. Even that it is a leasehold, you lease it to the person.
Precisely.
And so be lease be mawa. So be the assassin mawa. Now say you leasehold a year transaction. Your friend be sublease. When you are subleasing, may the assassin ma a year akushia. Nemo akushia person the assassin be ma a year kofi. It's a sublease. You need an express approval from menu a year the original a year owner holding the allodial title. And yes, idea. You cannot give it's also by building a kingdom. What 250 plots. That's what the Bible man you be what they command one. A yes, I go pram him for no. Who are the real owners of the land? The allodial title owners. And they also seek permission. So which kingdom is he building? Or building kingdom no way. Because the assassin be through any other sublease agreement. You are supposed to seek permission from a the go pram owners. So the kingdom will build the idea. What nonsense is that? And even per the arrangement of a year constitution. Obi be sit down here. Or here permit from the assembly. After what I say, I'm going to build a kingdom and we will name this under this over this. Even naming of roads, you need an express approval from a year the assembly. Then you come here and you want to impose yourself on people and what kind of nonsense is that? You want to create confusion.
Exactly.
When you impose yourself on the people naturally will rebel. Now you are trying to create some tension which is not there. We have been living with our Nigerian brothers for years. Our Hausa brothers have been here for more than 100 years. Have they come in to say they are creating their Hausa kingdom? Even Nigerians, you have different tribes and your tribal tensions. By the virtue of the fact that you are trying to raise this thing as if Ghana is in support of Igbos against Yorubas, Igbos against other tribes, you will be creating a certain tension in Ghana we are not ready for. And it's a threat to our national security. What kind of nonsense is this? Then you come into our nation. And even when they have told you that what you are doing, it has the tendency of raising tribal tensions. And then there's a video that this guy came to answer. And if you look at the arrogance in which he was speaking, as if he owned the country, saying that what you are saying is a hate speech. Nonsense, my brother. What kind of nonsense is that? Nobody hates Igbos. Nobody hates Yorubas. Nobody hates houses. We are only saying that don't impose yourself on the people. And stop being arrogant. You come to people's land, you disrespect them. And when the people are complaining, you come in and some arrogance. There's a hate speech.
Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana.
Okay, so Danny, hold on. Pause with me. So I'll ask you a question of whether or you're chief of Igbo community or not. There is a case called Rimoshi. The courts have settled that when it comes to say, and go for year to Kotna baby, as ye nya candinabia would do money. Sabaya or Chanaka will be the Bonia, you bet me a Tracy. You took do America, you were Santa Fe in New York, you were this, you were that. Sani and more free through Hoba Santa Memqua, you almost see for him, you were Alaba for him, you were this, you were that. There is nothing wrong with it. So if by any chance you you are an Igbo man, and there are Igbos in our country, for which reason they've elected you to be their leader. Be their leader. And stop this arrogant way of imposing yourself on the people. And now, many are just smart work or chance. Where's who or bow a year Igbo hine? But you want to get I never was the same. What home am Obiaba or so a hine war man? No war bones so in any no one could to him. Or you're smart in the Todd Agnes and dear Naya Nekamu. So if you are a leader, even that you are not a chief, listen to me properly. Who qualifies to be a chief? Danny, let's go and educate this guy under Article 277 and let him know who is a chief in our land. What the Constitution requires. Now, when it comes to definition of a chief, per Article 277, in this chapter, unless the context otherwise requires, chief means a person who, hailing from the appropriate family and lineage, has been validly nominated, elected, selected, and installed, enscanned, or installed as a chief or queen mother in accordance with the relevant customary law and usage. So you are not a chief. And Rimosi case has established that. That it's not a chief properly so called. When you are a leader of a settler community, you cannot call yourself a chief. Then let's go to section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. That is Act 759. What it says. If somebody is not a chief and a person calls himself a chief, it is an offense. Per section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. A person who acts or performs the functions of a chief when that person is not qualified to act. Being a chief assumes a position that a person is not entitled to be by custom. You have committed a crime. So you cannot be calling yourself a chief in our nation. Talk less of saying that you are a king. What nonsense king is that? My brother, don't come to our nation and show us some disrespect. We are not timid and cowards like that. Don't do that. We want to live peacefully with our brothers. I sometimes even feel like the Igbos have the same spirit as that of Asantis, because they are very dominating characters. Whenever they get to any place, they are very dominating. So I like my Igbo people. You get a point? For which reason, at some point, even people used to call me Chino doing KDS 111. My friends used to call me that. So don't come and create tensions between us when there is none. Imposing yourself, I'm the king of Igbo, and nonsense. If you were a leader of the settlers community, shut up and be the leader. And stop this arrogance of I am the chief, king of the men. Kingdom where? We have fought for lands already. Ningo Pram, it belongs to families. So where are you going to build your kingdom? And who is going to allow you that? Are you waging war? The only way you can do that is by war of conquest. Have you fought any war? Who is going to allow you to build a kingdom? Where did you fight? Where did you fight to get kingdom? My friend, stop this nonsense. You are a brother, but stop this nonsense. Don't come to our land and begin to show on our face some arrogance, as though we are some coward and timid people, for which reason you can walk in and do anything you like. You need to stop calling yourself a king. You are not a king. You are not even a chief.
Tell them.
Don't do this. We want to live with our Nigerian brothers in peace. We love them. They love us equally. All of a sudden, you are trying to show some tensions and all that. Now to the Interior Minister, if by any means possible, this guy is going to raise tensions between us and Nigerians, and the people are not happy. The Ghanaian people are not happy. So if this guy is going to raise, please, I don't know whether he is even a citizen of our nation. I learned he's been here since 1995. If you have been here since 1995, the assumption is that you've been able to acquire some citizenship in terms of being a Ghanaian. Even that, the Citizenship Act, 2000, it shows who qualifies to be a Ghanaian. Whether you can speak properly a native language. An Igbo language is not part of our language. So we are telling you on authority, Interior Minister, if it's possible, deport him. You shouldn't come and raise any tension between us and Nigerians. We love our Nigerian brothers. Your arrogance and your stupidity cannot raise any tension between us. If you are the leader of Igbos, shut the fuck up and be leader of Igbos. Don't be calling Ghanaians and say, I have honored you, I have titled you, give to Adoyana Musu, Funu. Carrying yourself as if you own the land. You don't own any land. You don't own any land. Even on one case, any brothers from a year Kumasi. And then both video and the brothers from Kumasi.
There's a controversy, there's a saga that's going on in Accra. Ghanaian youth protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an old video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the Otufo Osetutu II, the Ashanti Hine. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. In any part of the world, there must be Igbo community as a kingship of Igbo. In Ghana here, we are not part of it because we have our king in Ashanti region. That is Otufo Osetutu II. And we are making everything possibly best not to allow this protest or this any of these things come to Ashanti region here. So it's my advice to Ghanaian youth, you have to think before you act. Ezeibu controversy, Ezeibu saga that's going on in Accra. Ghanaian youth protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an old video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the Otufo Osetutu II, the Ashanti Hine. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. In any part of the world, there must be Igbo community as a kingship of Igbo in Ghana here. We are not part of it because we haven't.
Danny, it's okay. Now let's come in and let me speak directly to you, my brother. What is his name? I learned Dr. Ezie BBB. You are not even, I don't know where you got your doctor title from. Let me tell you, we are a nation of laws. You came into our country. I believe so strongly that every person on the African continent is welcome to our nation for one reason. I am a Pan-Africanist. I believe in the unification of our land as a one people. But until so, when you come to our land, which our forebears fought for, you don't come in and show us disrespect. And when you have shown us disrespect, and the people are calling on you to do the right thing, you don't begin to pull in the hate speech.
Precisely.
That type of hate speech. Then it's a video now. Bring it back and let me speak to him. Say that is xenophobic. So you are trying. Let me speak to him.
Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana.
You are not a chief of Igbo. You are the leader of Igbo communities. You are not a chief. Stop calling yourself that. You are not, and you can never be. The Rimosi case is very assertive on that. You are not a chief because there is no bloodline in Ghana here that you come from as a chief, as a royal. There is no ethnicity in our nation called Igbo. Now, when you happen like that, even when you are dead and gone, you'll be creating chaos between the Igbo communities on our land because you'll be willing it to your kid. Whereas when it comes to leadership of this nation, it is by election. So don't be calling yourself a chief of this, chief of that. You are a leader of the Igbo community. If they've elected you, shut up and be like that and stop this nonsense.
I had the same story. A lot of people have been calling me, sending me links from Amma Ghana. He's called Amma Observer, and a certain guy also called Nitete. Nitete speaking Ghana, and Amma speaking English. And I've been watching those links people have been sending to me. I ignored them. The reason why I ignored them.
See the exhibition of arrogance as if he owns the people. My brother, you don't own anybody in this country. I'm telling you. We love our Igbo brothers, but don't begin to create these kind of divisions and arrogance. It will erupt a bad energy in the Ghanaian people. When it does, there will be tension. And I'm saying to the Interior Minister, if the actions of this guy is going to cause chaos between us and our Igbo brothers, deport him. Let him go to his country. If you have given him citizenship by registry, we can revoke that citizenship and take him to his land. Don't come and create any nonsense between us and our brothers from Nigeria. What is that?
Saying it's never true. How come a blogger will sit down to say that Igbo king in Ghana bribed Ghana Traditional Council for them to induct.
So let's put it on record. Pause there. Let's put it on record. The Ghana Traditional Council has released a statement. Almost you should stop calling himself like Igbo King and one. And I think it is in order. Thank you, the Ghana Traditional Council. You go pram for also issue statement. Minister of Interior, deport this guy. Deport him. Because he will create chaos between us and our Igbo brothers. Deport him.
More fire.
Deport him. We want to live in peace with our Nigerian brothers. We want to live in peace with our Yoruba brothers. Whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Hausa, we want to, whether from Warri, wherever you are from, we want to live in peace with our brothers from Nigeria. Don't begin to bring this superiority complex over us. What kind of superiority complex is that?
Diaspora throne in Ghana. How can somebody who say that the Igbo chief in Ghana and all the Igbos are 419, that we used 419 system to bribe the council for them to induct us? First of all, that is a hate speech. Secondly,
okay, so hold on. So you see what he's trying to do. That is a hate speech. So he's trying to incite the brothers, the Nigerian brothers, for them to think that there is Ghanaians raising hate speech. Listen, this guy is a very dangerous character. We can't have him in our nation. He's a very dangerous individual. This is not hate speech. This is you disrespecting the people. This is you being in the face of the people. And the people are calling on you to stop being in their face. Stop imposing yourself on them. And you say it is a hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? My brother, who the hell do you think you are? You come to our land. And when you are disrespecting us, we tell you that you are disrespecting us, and you say it's a hate speech. Which hate speech? Stop this disrespect. Our forebears fought for the land that we live on. Where were you when our forebears were fighting for our lands? And you come in and we are telling you that what you are doing, you create tribal tensions. And you say it is hate speech. Who the hell do you think? What superiority complex are you suffering from? Now let's move on. Let me listen to him.
The entire Igbo community and the entire Nigerians.
No. Nobody is talking about the entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Nigerians. Make it about you and your arrogance. Make it about you and your superiority complex. Don't rope in entire Igbo community. Don't rope in entire Nigerian community. These antics and theatrics, we've gone past that nonsense. We don't have any problem with any Igbo. We don't have any problem with any Hausa. We don't have any problem with any Yoruba. We don't have any problem with any Nigerian living here legitimately. But you can't come in and begin to suffer from superiority complex and say, I'm the king of Igbo and hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? We are men. We are not cowards. We are not women. Now move on. Let's listen to him.
She and Tete is saying what they don't know about. Number 4 is a hate speech that can even cause xenophobia.
Okay. You see. Mutaka, I think you must take cue. This guy must be deported. Honorable Mutaka, with the greatest of respect, deport this guy. So when he says xenophobia, said he was South Africa. Nigeria, Ghana, now this guy is drawing our minds that because we are calling him to order, then it is xenophobia. He's going to cause xenophobia. It is your reaction and the way you are getting in the face of the people that has the tendency of causing xenophobia. You are suffering from superiority complex, my brother, and you better be one. We don't care. Listen. When you come to Ghana, you do what the law says. I'm not like Captain Smart who follows the money. It's about the money for. Don't do that nonsense on our lands. We love Igbos. We love Yorubas. We love Nigerians. I have a lot of friends who are Nigerians. Don't begin to use your superiority complex to cause chaos. And it's about you. There's no xenophobia anywhere. It's about you and the way you are behaving.
Exactly. So tell him in the face.
if you're a leader, be a leader of the Igbo communities. If you want to do your own meetings, do so. If at some point you want to do something nice to reintegrate all of them, do so. Don't come in this complex. We are going to build our own kingdom. We are going to build our own school, our own food, our own this. Then somebody was talking about Chinatown. When was the last time Chinese people said, we are going to build our kingdom? If the Yorubas or Igbos want to live in a certain community, peacefully live there. It is your problem. Must you come and shove that in the face of the Ghanaian people? If your brothers want to buy lands and live in the same community, what has that got to do with us? Don't come and shove it in our face with this arrogance that we are going to build and name it after our ancestors. Did your ancestors fight for any land in Ghana? That you want to name roads after them? We named road after Talewa by Balewa because he did something for Ghanaians. Exactly. What has your ancestor done for Ghanaians? Stop this nonsense. Now let me call on our Nigerian brothers. Ghana for you guys should not. Nobody should use this as a means of hating on any Nigerian. Nigerians, as every human being, you'll find bad people in there. Exactly. You'll find good people in there. And because Nigerians have the numbers, their population is very huge. Exactly. So the likelihood that if you are finding criminals in Nigeria, you'll find 10 criminals and find 1 in Ghana is high. Because their population is very huge. Exactly. So if you meet Nigerians, the same way if you're looking for good people, you'll find good people, 10 good people in Nigeria, and you'll find 1 good person in Ghana. Because of numbers. Exactly. So nobody should start tagging Nigeria for your criminals. Please, we are one people. Just that this person cannot create any tribal tension. Mutaka, please look through his documents and if possible deport him. Let them re-elect somebody else to take over the leadership. Period. Danny, on for some song. That's here and Kolani Ukruma. Our captain's my Tricia, you are going to us weighing shit out now. One of my minutes as I want to show most of you. I never know. Just a scan come. What to do? Men for problem. General, I'm sorry. Monsieur Biakam. Diana Kawi. Gonja Robertson. Say first, nay, I check my face. No more coin. Gonja Robertson. Omatiesi. Govina Mini account. General. One is from me. Ghana for. Almost men can't Ibrahim Mahama Okatakyie. Okay, so you show video we. Danny. 3 months ago, and I'm a cancer same way. I'm a cancer moon team. Be a media can be also no correct. Danny bo video now 3 months ago. Rebecca Chair Ghana for so almost shared you maybe. If you go to I was your most of me candy. I didn't America. So 3 months ago, Munti's video, Munti. They say Obi planning baby. Then come be a coso. Omodi brigana for this woman. And I'm a child of the entire a whole a year I see of Minerals Commission. Near to a berry, near Pomopomon. Now you see the Jan or Onion Pamono, and young one was a Samijan fee. Na Samijan few communications and Jeba expert par excellence. At the party anymore for 8 years in their communicating. Young for communications who we are and yes, PMMC in a quatra. Only a gold board over. Now Samu gold board so. Our brand acts in one a bar a setting up Samijan PMMC no. I'm money to me on the setting gold board. And then we are in the Bako Forestry Commission. Kobi. It's now no Mebeka, Ghana flag in yellow no, which is the gold. Mebeka wants them. So much I don't know what you see at Trababy or Tino. Because game be because no more we are green now a Ghana flag anymore, which is the forestry belt. And the Womabaye, a friend of Pabi Dr. Hughes Brown, a co for an executive secretary forestry services, our forestry commission. Omobaye, Oma elevating from a year executive secretary to see acting chief executive. And the constitution on himself forestry commission. Minerals Commission. And who hears so much say or share parliament get say or form a forestry commission or form a minerals commission. Na jomama aya die bi wonim de wo ba be yenti on form a constitute on form a commission and was say acting there is no commission or the acting CEO ba it be force a forestry commission be ye na juma no ese what board governing board consisting of these people but wonim de wo be yenti won fa governing board ne man so why acting chief executive. So if you want to see how dangerous the plan is, in the next base 6 months to 8 months, see a forest entry permit here. Say I see the Bema a concession. No my concession one. A Beko forest Munyasa, also been a forest entry permit. Now when the Beboy am yet me execute one, use brown bet me a boyana and your words now. Nediatin Yasha said me. I see the Minerals Commission, Dr. Hughes Brown, the Forestry Commission. You walk out to go do and it do Obama entry permit to the forest. A year one more. Jamaica does it. And only a year I see Dr. Hughes Brown a year. Now, Omoya when you are. Na ya kwa kope gold no. Esi ade koma obi. Ni e ko create a gold board. Gold board no one da no. Omo de ba be hye same jamfiase. It's almost some oversee the creation of the gold board. First of all, the Kasha National Assaya, gold no, a PMMC coffee. And I paid the act na establishing PMMC no. One more you manage to check the period and the Assaya, the Kasha Assaya, export or more export to gold no. SPMMC more export to gold. And as some fish say, or gold board in the national assaya. That means you have a good PMMC. After some fish say, the gold board is going to be the sole buyer of gold in the whole country. The danger in what they are trying to do there, you guys are not seeing it. Imagine see a better not the gold of this nation. Nipa ba konsa on the manager said ye cocoa board. Cocoa board. It is a one now to way. The entire cocoa for a here woman. And it's a cocoa board, Lugovi. Or world price market here. Your pen or the milk. Okay, so they say no, na more criminal. Sir, small scale miners na more criminal. It's man can't say medium feel world price market. Your pen or the bedroom. And I'm also world price market for good. 13,000 or the mamu 8,000. It's minya day. Danny Kosubo no munti. Kosubo. Mama no so about research no. Or no so about setting up gold board, which will behave like cocoa board. I want the better gold the wagon and it's now a gold exporter. Who need to miss or cotton gold money. It is what cocoa a world market price of gold bar. Your pen or the Bema war. I don't know you know. It's so dangerous. It's a bedroom baby because of cotton wow good. No one told my banya. It is against the law. You bet you said you know cotton cocoa will call you by a cholo. And the entire here cocoa kuyafu. Danny possible professional. Danny and Yana Govi General. And Yana is some of your task force so they bechiche mamfu. Was who go to them bechiche. Make our way 3 months ago. I go to your manka. I can't 3 months ago. Afe Musa and Ibrahim Mahama Diana Mekan 3 months ago. And Komobi Koso leakage baha. Me catch them. See as share we. Afe Mamfoni Dimate. Afe Muntia baby I'm Ken Ibrahim Mahama Munti. And we see a gold in our better. No wonder say Ibrahim Mahama interested in our bauxite view. Afe did you go in our one? Okay. It's Mekanya some Ogovi. Mekanya some. Medi Messian and Mekase. No wonder say Ibrahim Mahama interested in our bauxite view. If say never him. Afe Musa Ibrahim Mahama and Okatakyie black voter a year beyond you bring $5 billion a free one. I say Ibrahim Mahama company butum. And you see more Jeffrey one some Azuma for one for some and you don't hear me. Man for the second chamber can be main candy bay. Sadia Mopeno. Ibrahim, money baby. A damai mines and so Ibrahim we are Jeka what Mr. Awaso Ibrahim Awasu bauxite we are Jeka what je manfo no je ni nyina wo wi anyina hini de yan fa ma wo no ko bi se we no general ba ko ne de adwoma ma e be fra ban mu no de ma no ana adwoma ma koda dweno no se da bi ma nya ne ntem na me be fra ban mu a na we ya ne ansa fa ma ne we wo de man the beginning of na mamu so we won train ma be yes ya je friend himself eti we no the gold ni nyina ma no na Ibrahim wada ma ji go face de ne ka ho ji Newmont de ka ho se manfo no agimi nti wo ji ana wo chena no ma ayilegon for cement mienu ni aboye nsema ma hwia wo ji ana wo chena no ayi wire eye doctor akola bia ni sayara de ko na manfo na bo mo sem hwia oyade kobi Ibrahim dey Ibra Shofe eno sa wo wi ana manfo no wakotwi ne brother kakra na manfo no waje wa hono Brazil na wo kobi na nya Ibrahim ina the company Ekwaje sika free merchant bank no ntia merchant bank gu ye be ye UMB enya Ibrahim company na manfo re refi na kanya asem ne yenka Ibrahim Mahama say sa company ni ade ne company na je o mato black voter ne be nyasa na e carry yourself $100 million from 2022 when yesika no ama manfo no time ye dey ato forcing ekoda board so wo ECOWAS eye e bank of investment ye dey call ya no nya $100 million na ye den na sabisa wo kopa busi o bank ya kobi Ibrahim Mahama oska and so $100 million loan no from 2022 no Nensanka on his own merit so say the brother be president so say to forcing be yi afi mo se me meka de me ne hweka why me ne hweka Ibrahim ayi aluminium no jini nyina what
Ibra collect.
Ibra obia no atoka ba kwa cha Zuma Nelson. Wonya atocha Zuma Nelson no general. Wonya atocha Zuma Nelson man for me bo msem hwehwe. Na obeje $5 billion a year. Na oyi mu nketenkete chele gonfo. Acha obi ani. Acha wa ahonya. Na mani agye. Na madwene ti sei ni.
Ibra collect.
Ibrahim Mahama oska. Oscar Ibrahim Oscar no Oscar 300 million or so loan or koje the company koje ni Universal Merchant Bank then I didn't see me ya na Brome market for so sanya businessman bia no ode ne botum ska it okoje loan na loan no ka ba koje a ye hwe investment ni a hwe sika wo ni ade bia to so ma se ni loan na Ibrahim Mahama wo sika ye so more than 700 million in asset no open loan $100 million no yes and brother ba ben mu ansa na insert me aka shofe yes Ibrahim Mahama wo a private jet wo fina private jet ne boy say yet yana na mo ane so akotobi say no on toy na private jet ne kura autobia e boy $3 million ne ya teton kakran itu betwi ti manfo no hunu Ibrahim mi we ka o fa ni nyina
Ibra collect
we are yin kakra mo why social media for mo kakra
na encounter friend journalist no I bet now pay as you go for
it's more than a sign and network so when you said they should come back what were you expecting nyana hini box site no afa no mo shisha ba fa no we dey go no mo je say na no da mind the omaje ana black vote omaje Ibrahim and stop you ho genuine and Jomama say for Jomama yi to so or say it is time that Ghanaians will own the good na won to me no ya contamine no fra Azerbaijan Jomama won to me o fra Azerbaijan ana we kutonu ni mon kanu kure Jomama kanu kure na mo nyina so mo din se mu nachi na afa yenko tie asem a Jomama kan Jomama say Akufo-Addo ka say he's too old to be corrupt because no him say ni nua no be wia ama dani yenje Jomama on that na afa ye tie wia na ma bebusa say Jomama wan na wia ma wo Jomama say Akufo-Addo say he is too old to be corrupt because he knows that his brothers will steal for him.
Exactly.
John Ekaye nyame na meka na afa yebusa John Mahama nso say why na ewi ama wo say no na so obi enua be wi ama na this time around why na ewi ama wo
question I said na hanewo
Yohane no
Your Excellency, respectfully, Mameka se minchiro. Abana ye de ball techi no. What ye de kan dia ball baako. Ana wakwa aba. Ana wo nsua ahwe. Na wo ye de wo ye na. Ne bedru na mpuruka awe aba no. To wo ye de grader ana be fa so.
exactly
Chi na maka wo no. Danny, video na yede tutu so last one page ni so no. Search for the one na John Mahama ka say ekufo do se ni nuanom na be wi ama no. Me musa John Mahama se wono no ho na ewi ama no. Mon kan no kore.
question of the
Danny
day
hwe page yi so
Danny hwe page ni so the video is there.
da ho
Na fe yentie. Na me se John Mahama yi me ka se ma kire on ne. Me ne hwe kam.
Dabi o
Opa wi amanfo no a. Fere nyina ma Oba Sharaf. Fere nyina ma Ibrahim Mahama. Na nipa mienu na de wa memu ne be kwa wi. Oba Sharaf and Unia Ibrahim. The people are sleeping so they can't see. But when finally they get awakened, the same way Agabi watching that Bumpty, I know more maka. Emma Kufuado.
Okeba TV, voice of the voices.